Master Tavern Keeper's History of the Old World. Now that hits the spot. So, you want to know what happened to Strolvar following the death of his father Thorin after killing the great dragon Skaladrak, do you? Oh, yeah, please, Master Tavern Keeper. My father's tale can wait a little longer, I think. I am eager to hear how this tale resolves. Well, then I am obliged to acquiesce to your request. And actually, back in Skeggy all those years ago, I too was equally eager to learn more. Skeggy, a decade earlier.
What, manling? You want to hear more? You've no qualms whatsoever about digging deep into other people's lives, have you?
I serve ale in a dockside tavern, dear Strolvar. Of course I've not.
Ha! Pour us another, then. Foul! At this rate, I might have to break out my own brew. Not yet, though. If I drink enough of this swill, I might be able to ignore the taste. Pour us another. Once it. Let us continue then, manling. Before my father's body had even grown cold, his best friend, Snorri Stonebreaker, renowned demon slayer, was at my side, his calloused hand on my shoulder. It's over. He's gone. I saw him though. I saw him kill Skaladrak. 'Twas a mighty blow. I saw it die, and then I saw it get up and fly away. I know what Thorin asked of you. I swore to him I'd help. But first, a question. What do you know about the Plane of Bones? I admit it that I knew little about it. I remember him shrugging before walking away. I let go of my father's hand. Snorri soon returned, though he was carrying a large, broad shield. Its original owner will no longer be needing this, methinks. Let's get your father back to the hold. And so, between us, we carried my father back to Carrick Cadlin, and no more did the slayers there call him Thorin the Crazed. Now, it was Thorin the Avenger. Still foul as pig's will. Pour us another, manling, and get me a clean cloth. I've something in my eye.
And so it was that Strolvar and Snorri Stonebreaker took Thorin's body back to Carrick Cadrin to be honoured and interred. Following this, many preparations needed to be made before Strolvar could go traipsing off to the Plain of Bones to try and find the body of Skaladrak. Most important of these was the need to study and memorise the many maps of the mountains and lands adjacent to the Plain of Bones, as well as reading the books and accounts of the numerous dwarves that had journeyed that way. But all of these essential texts were located in the library of the new young Slayer King of Carrick Cadrin.
And he didn't let just anyone go in there, let me tell you. In point of fact, only slayers were permitted to set foot in there. My next step was an easy decision for me to make, though for the most it is fraught with anguish. I followed in my father's footsteps and took the Slayer's oath, becoming initiated into the cult of Slayers there and then, although for very different reasons the most, and with a very different agenda.
So that's the reason.
You know me, manling. I do what I must to get what I need.
Well, indeed. But what, pray tell, did you need to do at this initiation?
Firstly, I knelt before the holy shrine of Grimnir. Not the one open to all, the hidden one in the Slayer's Hall. Here, I shaved my head, apart from a solitary crest of hair down the center, which was dyed orange and then stiffened with swine grease.
But I see no crest now, Strolvar.
That you do not. I got rid of it when I was in Norska and transitioned over to being a berserker. I don't miss it. All it ever did was topple over in a fight and get in my face. Nothing worse than a stiff, greasy, orange plume thing wafting a boot in front of your eyes when you're trying to cut a troll in two.
I can only imagine.
It's worse for the old guard, the dragon and demon slayers. A slayer never cuts their plume, and so it just grows and grows. The things are a menace. Old Snorri's plume was so enormous that he took to binding it with large gold rings just to keep it out of the way. Cost him a fortune in pig's grease and all.
Yes, I again can only imagine. But that is something I've always wondered about. You just mentioned slaying a troll, as well as there being dragon and demon slayers. What's the difference between all these types of slayers?